Honorable Echo Vincent Asafoa na we former deputy minister for local government mijidi se maboni MP for Tafo na ye ne ntwetwe enkomo Honorable Vincent Echo Asafoa MP for Tafo mema wa channel pay
time flies. Time flies.
Then time flies.
Latin, you cannot tempus fugit.
Okay. Hey!
We will request my deputy minister that. Hey, Abanko.
I'll grab you.
Opposition Asamoya.
Azamoya.
Easy. I know now for us. Go for no more throwing no be on throw you.
But I'm on throw you my head there. It does win answer. Besaba.
What you say?
Now, mommy,
you see your real friends anyway.
Yeah, sure. Mommy, if I feel come we has to say, Mommy Tokonu, former Chief Justice. Says here, can what you feel? I will say, a woman is after 31 years of service, Mommy could feel without a dime. And once some Boba na caught. Now, ye be veteran of Justice Bonnie as the new Chief Justice.
I'm Okasano from Pau.
But what do you mean? Mese Mami Justice Alaba Isaba Tokonu.
Yes.
Say, or your former Chief Justice. Now, I will say, a woman said the woman is going home or has gone home without a dime after 31 years of service to the nation. Now, what do you know to China? And now I vet the new Chief Justice, Justice Bonnie. A minority in Parliament will raise a point to be said. And some may be a while, many dear down court, and none people be down court. Say, justice administered. Now, court to need signal and sana, ya veteran. The Koba, anye ye a minority for kwa moye walkout. The whole narrative, it was saying.
Well, Bakwame, Yili kind of Sikadi Batoye, integrity and credibility is a priceless gift, and so I'm sure the woman we are speaking against what is happening and what has happened. Not because I think the woman wants anything to go home with. That can be dealt with. I'm sure that she will be okay because she served the country for so long a time, and I don't think it was about money. But when your integrity is started and battered on the altar of politics and not justice, and the man and that is why I feel that it is proper, not because we want the solution today, but for purposes of posterity. Or Chinabia Semunti. She Enra Namiti no, I think Monday. Namiti Mwanka Samo Sister Station, PSFM. Na one MPB tour, it's not for is it north or something? Tour on Mianka Seminia Bema. MP for a Fiana network. They're not here, Jomuye. Nanaya Samoa MP no back can say Chief Justice, Niya Nedia, and yet Emra, NDC MPU. Or no, dear, when you say a politics.
But one king can article 146.
Well, that is what the MP is saying. I am just quoting him, an NDC MP. On your own station, Nanaya Okasi was the one who was hosting him. Someone no cut say and say, to hell with Article 146 and this procedures. But when you say, a politics in a NDC MP. Share okay, the catalog that I gave in the case of Vincent Asafoa and the Attorney General 4 or 5 months ago, which I indicated, say, when in opposition, the NDC had already indicated. Some John Mahama has said it, Samija and a lot of people have said it. In fact, Samija Fuga, your Kaya, Equata KP, even the Ghana police on bomb research. I see that the current chairman said same. These were things that I catalogued in my affidavit for the Supreme Court judges to know that in assessing these matters, say politics in free one, you realize that it is just an orchestration just to remove this woman on the altar of politics. Now, Kwame, share minority. As someone I check that, it himself a media because of a majority digital. A movie, name or just a muntino. And that's and you for the back. No one said, we pay a pass. You chat at the way, pass a pass at the pass. Now I'm looking to go 146 year. A show. The Chief Justice stated misbehavior, infirmity of the mind, and what have you. Nowhere has it been said in Article 146 that allows a Chief Justice to be removed. On the altar, say, oh, ye Chief Justice Bakubi, ye ye, and you will not see you. Come till you has been said in the 1992 Constitution to include the reasons you did Chief Justice. I just say, so be the Chief Justice offer all the right procedures like what acting Chief Justice Bafuboni go through. All processes are right. The appointment, vetting, approval, the sworn in. These have been enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. So he has been appointed and been made or will be made a Chief Justice legally, rightly so, under the Constitution. And you know, this I will go through Article 146. Now, the removal processes, and I said, yeah, remember what you Chief Justice. And I may contend it to you, say, won't mean you know because of the fact, oh, yeah, Chief Justice be, yeah, and you know. And that is why we feel as a minority that whatever the NDC and John Mahama is doing is to stop us and the woman to be able to fight for his fundamental human rights. Because they say, no, the papa no, this is the but the point is, how do you serve justice to talk or not? And people like us who filed a case at the Supreme Court, I have in my hand now, Kwame, the statement of case that was filed by the Deputy Attorney General at the Supreme Court in response to my case at the Supreme Court. That is the Vincent Asafoa versus the Attorney General. The Attorney General is telling me and the Supreme Court that for the past 4 or 5 months, you bought the application in Jansi Niwi, Omo responde, Omo reason, Omo wapa, say. And that is under clause 5. That due to administrative procedure and arrangement attendant to the 2025 presidential transition and the subsequent compulsory retirement of the Solicitor General, a timely response to the statement of the plaintiff's case, plaintiff, which is myself, was impracticable. 4 or 5 months now, on one to me, I responded by way of a defense to the case and the court down Supreme Court. Or much for the Akuma Supreme Court say, Supreme Court emano leave or mano chance. So the bear over to me and extension of time to be able to file the statement of
but Justice Bob Boni before the committee, you know, I can say there are no processes and now Wamusan can let it be to Parliament in Janti ne vetting.
No, you see, the point is that we are speaking to men of good conscience. We are not injuncting whatever is there. I'm just saying that first and foremost, you need to dispose the matters that are before the court so that justice appears to be done. Justice is seen to be done. And it must not only be done. Justice Tokono is before the court. Vincent Asafoa is also before the court, substantively. And so if you feel that you want the Ghanaian people to know that they are more than the papa. They said the year or election petition within 2 months, 1 month, your bomber maybe a quack be an aquacoda. The Attorney General who has been performing his functions unwarrantedly, going by way of press conferences, that time when in 4 months, oh, they go for few and in just because your politics, the percent of 40 MPP, now feeding for 4 feet. MPP crying, this is what they have been doing, nothing justice. And that is why I'm suggesting to you that time could have been used to file responses at the Supreme Court for us to dispose of this matter. Because the Assembly in Supreme Court per the CI16 within 2 weeks, I was a file response to it. That is a statement of case. Say when to me file within 2 weeks now. Not a compare for an extension of time. And then the Supreme Court is more than even the 2 weeks that is granted under the rules. Yama will be a 1 week or 2 weeks there the account. Because substantively what has been given to you is even 2 weeks. So if you are praying the court that the court should add some amount of time to you, it should be within that 2 weeks. Which I agree that the discretion is the Supreme Court, but you don't give more than what has been granted under the rules. So my position is that, and the position of the minority, and they say, the matters are already sub judice. Allow the Ghanaian people to realize that, and then the Moka Samoba Mobaba and no one amoye. Samoba
Mobay, Council. The matter is a sub judice. But the matter
that matters now Supreme Court. That discharge. The boy I say it has not been done.
The matter being a sub judice.
The NDC
Council
want to stop Justice Sokono from benefiting under the Constitution by way of a right, fundamental human right that has been enshrined under the Chapter 5 of the 1992 Constitution. Because when you feel that your rights have been trampled upon or your rights are being trampled upon, if it is your personal right, you go to court to ensure that you are safeguarded, you are protected. That is the duty of the men of conscience, men of good conscience who have been put on the Supreme Court bench. When they ask which rights have been enshrined under the Constitution, which has given them the power to sit on the Supreme Court, it leaves much to be desired with. We may not be interested today with respect to the outcome, but we are interested in the matters of posterity, so that it does not appear that men were silent, good men were silent when we were needed most to speak against the atrocities
Honorable.
to Chief Justice.
Honorable.
If I saw Casa no way, say power.
If I saw to be in hello.
What you say?
Me say the matter is. Hey, hello. What's the matter?
Welcome me. I feel me tonka.
The matter is a sub judice. Said the king. Will be so because say now the chief justice has been removed. And now you will be a sa matter ni delay with Supreme Court no. Now a delay say or minor intimate substantive chief justice. And no air baako. The second one ni pebi so can say. Maame no why exhaust other avenues. Into when you say bibia an exercise to delay the appointment of a new chief justice. Who think come over here to say?
Welcome. Under the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, so be an acting chief justice. Not even a single function or responsibility can be denied the acting chief justice by way of his performance. Put differently, when you're acting chief justice, you are also a chief justice because the chief justice be the ultimate. Why? Were we not in court? Me should have been kind of court no. Justice talk on no the kind of panel judges. You remove it and I say if you're suspended or no. But for one buy so be to paddle. Sure, you on one cut the paddle. Because you're acting chief justice. Nothing has stopped him in the performance of his duties as an acting chief justice. What a chief justice will do more? No. So we can have an acting chief justice for even the next 20 years. The Juma dia would you know and one obey. And that's why I'm saying that let justice be seen to be done. Please. Matisa Nankofoka and I didn't know constitution in camera. Yes. But Nipa Wagiman away. When in the case of Akosa was saying say when you are interpreting the constitution, interpret it in such a way that it will bring some amount of reasonability into what has been interpreted. It was because of some of these things that we will know that the letter of the constitution will be black and white. No. For the sanctity of the state, the Bituya Chiano Katra said the bear kama wo manimu. That is why the case of Aposa laid down the processes and laid down the strategy in interpreting the constitution. So that's how they can say the woman and one of the woman and then they check correct at the latter part of the constitution. So being conform with the Bono PNDC Mercenano. Constitution has own team for Monco, but they say if the court believes that by way of interpreting the constitution, there's a certain family that will need a certain kind of justice. So the be a pay and the Supreme Court by way of Akosa can interpret the constitution to reflect the aspirations of the people. And yes, and maybe a several right. So they will tell you shall. That will have to be done in camera. No problem. But who will be that? The Chief Justice is supposed to be an emblem and the citadel of justice. You think that investors and other people who may not have the right support, political support, would they have any confidence also of domestic but because they know that whatever the president will tell the judges, they will do it. And that is my fear. We have to be very careful because these things will have daunting effect on us, even on our economy. Because when there is no trust in the judiciary, when there is no fairness in the judiciary, it does not even boost investor confidence. And we should be very careful. So, and then they are there. They have their majority. and they are doing whatever they are doing. But Kwame, put these tapes on record. Tomorrow, the unprincipled NDC, the unprincipled this government will come back changing their math as if they are not the ones who even said these things. Why? Even the appointment of the Supreme Court judges, you remember what they said, that the Kufuado appointed so many judges just yesterday. We are hearing a different thing from them because this time they are the ones touching the courts. And this time they are saying they are the back. Unprincipled group of people. Unprincipled group of people. They say this today, tomorrow they say this. Yesterday in Parliament, lithium agreement here about Parliament during our time, they rejected it. Say now the Papa, somebody just says same. I'm a boy say same. Today they are the same people bringing it to Parliament. The same thing. Unprincipled group of people. And today, per the words of their snafu NDC MP, justice is not about the law. Justice is not about the dictates of the Constitution. Justice is not about the dictates of our acts of Parliament. Justice is at the whims and caprices of the executive arm of government. And this is what Ghanaians are going through, and this is what we are saying. And we are all quiet. The CSOs who are on top of our roof, saying and attacking the Akufo-Addo government about the very things that they are seeing under their nose today, are quiet. Today, most of them are getting appointments. Dr. a tampon, Tia Tampon received an appointment. Most of them are quiet.
Say CSOs no ankasa.
Ghana Catholic bishops, they are quiet.
Me ba jomba CSOs ankasa e
They are quiet.
Me ba jomba me bo. CSOs no. Ye will be one political pressure group.
Absolutely, but I'm just saying that's a way a political pressure group. Not a group of unprincipled people in government who said one thing just about 10, 11 months ago. I'm more supportive of you. Now, what do you say? When President John Dramani Mahama, Ekujan Kian West Kache Asafoa say, "Onu do buy a bill no best sign no." That is LGBTQ do best sign no. And that's all no dey. Ojitu wa dey on chance nti Akufo no best sign. Oba e dey no aka wo ho. On principled character. What is the CSO saying? The political pressure group, what are they saying about it? What are they saying about it?
I see.
And then matter of importance of you. They cannot come to Parliament under a certificate of urgency. Now they catch on and say, they told us that the wound here because our culture and our tradition above LGBTQ, which we agreed anyway, and which I agree today too. But why have their positions changed? Why are they no more interested in the LGBTQ bill? Why is the president himself not interested? And why is the president himself quiet about it? But, Kwame, it's all about their interest. And young people in this country should look at what is happening. The Ministry of Youth, the Dada Ghana for go look at the budget that was approved for them. Over 100 million. No? Only 34 million has been released for them. One year not by year. The jobs that were supposed to be created for you under the Ministry of Youth, they're able to send NEP. Near more startup no. Have you gotten it? But because the Akufo-Addo government must fall, the MPP must fall. All of them today, they are chopping nafu. So more free.
I see. Honorable Mamimram party ni mu. na flag bearership race ne gu so January 30 2026 mu beyi de obedi party nanim na wo de kata bia ba bonten say anwe police station wo no akwa say police station wo no nipa bi betimi intimidate nipa bi asem emu nkyere mu pa ne say
oh bra kwa me na eja bra kwa mo jonsa unni me from time I started me politics
enye sabre na ka akodi ukoye Roman father no nyina St. Hubert
Edi mo banyifo no sanje you know say don't mebu o mo kafa me ho you know it is not true. I mean, I am a Democrat through and through. I believe in the democratic dispensation.
What do you say? A first time I'm who war a bra na Dr. Kuto say any Sir John na ye be a primaries e war tafo sabe kwa na ye o tafo na
I'm a small boy.
Aye, who's that ye no Methodist one Emmanuel Methodist.
Yes.
I'm born opposite one.
I'm a very small boy.
Yeah, me class name is Mr.
Na ba kwa mini me call tafo weekend. Me call you no. Na me name delegacy police station executive ni CIA. As usual for about 2.5 months to me to point it. By na me call back to mama juma ho. No mo kudi nkobo. Enti minya abotre titi omo kakra. And me ti omo no they were saying say enkofo bi kika kire omo say abano 2024 election Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ni lusu ye eno nti no enkofo ka kire omo say e mo nto abane Bawumia na so o sa na so no aye de omo so na so na ye panyin na e da no nti si lusu dia enyo say ya dia je ni na ahye no na so okay ene mamunsi mi musa mo asemo oko tafu abotaso GNTC wo police station e wo no nipa 5 and police station executives oko Pentecostal and Assemblies of God hono mutwa nipa 10 and police station executives because there are 12 polling stations na mbisa sa polling station executives me say mo vote enya no 2024 no as compared to 2029 omo nyina se ane na so okay na sa polling station ho mo na da no o se yen na mbuso mo se na se omo nim polling station obi a o te ha bia na mo se ane no but you had 4 years then I'm want to me mobilize omo no man to me ko to aba na ma MPP and say chese mo kran so ma feli o anasa samfo so de be hwa na o se no abo na de ya nkasa ani aye the next time be adwuma yi and I'm so okay and yes adia me catch a constituency executive no so the next polling station elections e be ye no mo vote so tie bia o polling station ya ma munye adwuma ni bio chese ya ma munye polling station executives bio ebi se mo afeli almost honorable there be no dey yen tiase and I'm say sir koto de the budget applying the same logic mutatis mutandis that Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia the back will have to stop with him because he's the leader in the function. When Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia does not know GNTC, say GNTC no. Say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia does not know Pentecostal. Say the minimum Pentecostal polling stations no. Or no what the question no. Do see you know. Now also award me see you also want to ask.
I was in a movie Aquaba and from Brian platform we saw Vincent Asafoa, a old Tafo member of parliament and I had seen in Kano. Na Obi baby say Vincent Asafoa sa allegations here by year now more kase the late Samuel Abwaji abranti ya sebi ne omanebo omanom omukohye omukrawuo anaso omukohye wuo ewo helicopter crash emu yi obi kase akwada ya one no ene ne yiri ugye na chiri na akwada ne nye ne ba ne matini say DNA test ekoso next week na no kwase me wom ni say maame no anasa abayewa no ana awura no edi akwada na adwane unim me man o mama advice bu kakra we unusual of me what I say me sometimes me relationship experts me counselor literators or whoever me Charlotte mama Charlotte whoever but mama me advising me man kakra say open here the moment oyire e deliver ya na what why DNA e wo ho no ma na wa confirm you say akwada no eye ja oba anase enye oba na enye oba ho no ma na wa hyase ehun kwan abefa so ente sa enkofo ohwe nkrofo ma o no kwasem no enkofo ehwe nkrofo ma I cannot dey any problem because ohwe obi ba nyankopon kra hyira but problem won ni say unim say nipa mi hwe ni eye obi ba ana say ye me ba eni na eye the risk no ana say eye I mean the worst part of it no enti say nka unim say obi ba na wo hwe no dia nka baka say o we be you adwen afiri so say o obi ba dey say we can asem enye problem nyankopon be hyira me but wadwen be ye say nipa we ye bipa na bi wi akiri ye be kwa DNA test ye be hwehwem na enye oba no. That is the most saddest part of it, the most pathetic and the most embarrassment and as embarrassed part of it. Nti bema bia obi kana say umpese obeye embarrassed, umpese obeye I mean traumatized no. Oyiri delivery ya be sure say hospital ho no ma na ma take DNA na ma komanim what you say no na normal thing because I know the oyire ne ka so nya ho no na wahu say emframa bi asase abobofo otiri ho ai kire say emframa no se bi bu se bi nya do enye oba no nti moma enhye no so na bibia ntimi enkoso wa no emfa ema yenkotie Dr. Henry Kokofu a former MPA boss Environmental Protection Agency ankane no ene da no owura we waye MP pen ana meboa anyway waka nsem bi e de afa endra de ekosi ewo elwak stadium stampede AC ai nam so emayewa enwotwe was it ensia rather omutimi wu ye Ghana wo na doso afi bi esane siana odi ene we yentie nsani bi akoba me wonsem bi ka bi de betum anim na mo nso ma kire mo adwe okoma session nim.
So no, that's the challenge, what challenge now this. But you see, truth be told, we all pretend say who the ecoso. But in the ecoso. Now we all pretend say your solution, but we don't have solution. The solution is simple. What we interest to mining active, be it illegal or legal. Men conquer yes, say monitor. Who interested, don't do it. When you interested, and I'll bet me a call now with the lens and I hear who the oil legal and the oil legal.
But we interest not quite the
well, no interest in because who need moral grounds to be as of catch you with the oil union. Into who interested, don't go. Well, now, or Kabi, I did okay, you know, such institutions, you know.
Failures be about challenges be about
institutional failures and no necessary or minor man and equal institutions, you know. Now I empower institutions, you know. Yeah, empower institutions now. Womuno ana omu wo primary responsibility so omu be share regulation ade ya kan nyina regulation regulate ade driving enkum nipa ka ye twi a ye koya be enkum nipa ye ni illegal drivers or system no because the drivers nyina na licensed
Debbie.
because the drivers nyina all license and omu license are valid
Fake.
at a point in time ebi okra dey fake but na ewu onkon
Ewu am renew.
so your illegalities wo BBM but because anypa na wo hwe ade no so no
na need ho
na onye oni interest bia because policeman ogina kwan a wo ye traffic control so wo driver no o hia na wo license ewu na o catch yourself driver license ewu nti e ko charge wa the interest no oni interest bia ni interest ani se wo license no be
ewu
you say na bia nketa asese ne project keten ni ade but no that is not the issue but Minerals Commission and Ochichen's Asiyama Asemesi no. Na the sector Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources assign list no. Yes, anete. Na se omu ye adwuma na ye pu bia na akohwe so a. Na wasan soma Minerals Commission for na any Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. Omu an enkohwe. I mean who does it? Wabra by law. Yeah, well, institutions are state institutions are they are mandated. And yes, sir, will be na one abai MPP abai na NDC abai na woman no kwan Emrano. Environmental Protection Authority or Water Resources Commission. What Water Resources Commission did that? What you want me to do? Lawyer. What no being kasi. What you want me to?
Sama minua menene sway in no. Professor Laadi.
Water Resources.
Ono ye.
What do I say? No.
Kamale Central MP.
So
requirement say na
role ben no mu play. In all these games. As me can see I can issue. Issue I say. Now issue na
agency no.
I belong to who? You relegate you to the background. And ya the politicians na wo interest wo mining no ma ya do madidi anim enti say Vanguard na form me operation Vanguard you operation interministerial you wan I must edian yo your politicians failed and ya frefre bi no maka ho and ya relegate the state institutions na wo man kasa na wo madwuma no and wo mutete be so how are we going to get it done? Water Resource Commission, Forestry Commission, EPA, Ghana Geological Survey. Who was now we empower district assemblies. They said they been here come. One na say invite to police ni so just a maboye. Na yen kwade adwuma no. Yen konkoye supervision. One nyawo politician no na wo adi animu no wa hihye yi na wa fa sojafo adi wa chi ni policefo ada house ya form operation Vanguard ya form nano de naimo na mun na mu control police security no ni ade yeah we are joking me call EPA first and niam mienu na me ya akwara me yes certain say meeting ya adwuma no
na memo abaso kwa kofa EPA be na no public account memo abaso public is it public accounts committee
parliament
who say wachi eye papa ema team ni krasa abo omabaso say they really done well, so you did a great job.
Welcome now for country and God and country. Amen. Me some one on one you are minimum interview. Message abani ako enumu ye papa. But wako fa be there. But me fast that my trade point. He say nado. Ahode ne nyansa de nyame one ho. Na nado dan kwaku fo ado no so ohu me mobo ma me kwan se me koye adwuma ho. Professor Frempong Boatin. Ebi obi a me manachi. Alopay. Who's an honorary sector minister?
Yeah.
In fact, I no recommended me my chief of staff.
Oh, okay.
Benini kodi nkomo or recommended my chief of staff. Na chief of staff komo president amane say yemfa professor si yemfa kukufu mreno away EPA. But you be di nkomo nti be call details. Bakwamra I did two things. One, me share say, young share mommy, yippee in Ghana. Staff, young say, goes to be Omuana. Indeed, a buyer now goes to be any staff. Two, young share mommy says, staff a way yippee. I aso a movie involved in mining as an interested party. Anna, Kwame, we not a single soul. I mean, EP so a staffer were involved in mining, whether legal or illegal. So he told me, say, yes, this is a group, this is an institutional. One vested interest be our war. Adia ekosuna esi regulating near Buana Yasan. So in effect, one can police the policeman. What I'm saying, there are too many ideas to say. State institutions now, directly by law. Empower one. Now say, what's smart is that the okay. What's smart no more corner only and kuta document kutano. Whether say ye fake, whether say ye fake. Better no. Now the air dangerous to cry is a genuine, the date will be a genuine, but in your hot and it's not quite Juma. Now only say, in 50 home now will be war, permit to war. Evans are Sancre, would you the bar a baby, Aquatia baby. Hey, no one anymore, he need him all go because that's all he knows you're not a cat or. Oh, they are bad. No, they are licensed to. The dichotomy between illegal small-scale mining and small-scale mining proper. Because easy say we properly licensed miner. Ube go into illegal mining. It's so simple and so easy. Nania anka illegal miner ne de ono de onkura krata bia ono oni ntiti bia ono no ti say okobokro no illegal miner, so to speak, you know, it's a crime. Illegal mining into ono de enko ye kromfo. So when him say we lawyer here miner your licensing all right the concession ni say me so me a minor, your license me. Na sa concession in yam dia na me cost a concession na me kronfo. Lawyer, is it not the case? Me encroach e wo concession. Enya o hye mu no. Dabi, me nya kronfo. So license minors na nkasa omu work concession omu ye adwuma ni ye no. They are also victims. Omu kra omu akoma tukra more. Enu nti no obenya wono ne license minor ne concession ni. We are prepared so be na de nyina no aye ne ye. Ode ne ma protocols ni nyina be gu akwam obe ne ye. But wo kwabna na wo no we are minor. Wo so ye say we are legal, we are illegal. What jump in and we did him. Nti by the time on koye documentation ni nyina amra no na de na san. Ono an concession no. Then no da ho ko ha no ko ayi ye dey. Wo komra na wo ko yipa wo ko ha da wo mra no wasase no na san. Then there is a bigger problem. Okay, be or say Aquatia Diamond. Yeah, GCD. Womu concession. And Kabaya Kumu Enyano outsource. No more control. No more manage.
Yeah, friend tribute.
Now no me catch say a major problem. Here you person solve Minerals Commission from let's start at say 1990. Obia oje last scale mining bia concession bia ne record so ho
from 1990
obia oje last scale mining concessions wo Ghana wo Minerals Commission ne record so ho omu pomu listen nyina publicly na yen who owns what now obia nko gina na plot so baby illegal mining near Didia. Oh, easy to say a Juma of forest. I know the only say owner near forestry commission. Say mining, whether legal or illegal, or forest reserve. Owner near forestry commission. Yes, sir. Now, outside reserves, yeah, more or less freehold, isn't it?
Yes.
Stools normally I didn't own Sansas. And no Minerals Commission or them. Apparently in consultation with the stool and owners. And to him for the J large scale mining.
Acquire the full.
Omuji or what J last case my boy powerful, or a BBR, be crowd politician or way. But one yana be so where large scale mining be. And all large scale mining, Kwamra, young putting it on record. Alluvia, any deep mining. All large scale mining activities are based on rock mining, and I say, your friend is deep mining. Omun kwaya alluvia, omun consume, and could to go do so. Because of capital, large capital, any technology, any penintentem, sicantentem, and nothing a small scale mining are degenerating into alluvia. Now alluvia no see ensue. And no sicanaban tentem, and no now more capi. No so now cost more damage. Any forest reserve alluvia or consume. Anka baby a productive forest reserve. Ye twen we ho. Na concessionaire no aye adwuma wo why proper. I say ye replanting. Na eno ye hu se gold wo ho. Na nke no we prospecting na hu a. Na ya ma license say ne kutu no responsibly. Na se wu tu a deep mining. Into we gold and rock mining we near there. Now free. You know, so you kataswa na fe ye dua.
Okay, so doctor, you besa basan komo we so but you bring into just two things. Na mpese ebrebe my hokwa etimi hwe. And mo ya lawyer for we cannot do without talking about the courts and the vetting of the but the abe booming, you know, assess the mood, especially when we were or we are still on the verge of listening to what the budget has gotten to offer for us. But this is the news. Sad one, officially. Nipa insia ana yenya ntiese o ma hwere woni nkwa. Ebinum so eda bia quite critical. How do we just stop some of these avoidable things? How do we go about this?
Oh my. Hosem. And meti asem no na yenyan sete ba nam kwan so mere ho pa me wo parliament ye di hu komunia no na mere ho sanse me hu videos ni bi na minim enti a asoman ase no sabe me nua kuma go ade we no, I'm said this is the first major way under President Mahama.
Major.
Yeah, make a recruitment.
Yeah.
It's wahya enthusiasm a call muno anodding. It could be anybody. As someone ye can a bit me I mean you kuma, my bit me I oba, a bit me I be seen ye. Nankan sort ya, and I'm a wahya ye showy. As some anodding. So kwadwuma ba ibi kura one na sorry how much abompa is oni nyame nko ne emfa okwa enye ma na wo fie bompa ese nka oba ne befre wo no se o nyame adom ya fami na se hwan ne befre wo ene sani ayensem nso epie wo social media kran san na se ne maami odwomo o se wo adwuma mu o ne papa wo hi o ne ebebo na mane ese ne abani. It is a very serious matter. Obi oho a ne dia no no na ni da so a na ekọ okoya na ya na wankwa na ye. I think say on near problem no me anyama base ya yen lay problem no where it belongs. It has nothing to do with politics. And now speaker had to, and now me former minister honorable Dominic Niti will lay dinkomo mitie kakra me rehoi the same line na otoi or wo parliament. And now speaker had to scold him. He said no yenyenesa jaini awoye no and I may breso the amasa and this is not the time for that. Eti e honorable judge mfi and honorable atofo
And
akofa asem we yaba. Look, of course, yes, sector minister acting. But the truth of the matter is that on micromanaging military command, no, that is not done. In senka omonso de omano atum no mako gina ho da bi fanipa 5 be gina ha fanipa 2 be gina ha minister esa o ma hene nkasan na nkamo beka
ene se no
won waje adwuma no na sese so wahu enyomo eye policy yes ebia ya agree ye fanipa 4000 nitty-gritty how I know they are military for. I think personally me feel said they were with the greatest respect irresponsible. Seriously, because she numbers no. I mean that is serious. Even 6 months crowd be a giant baby crowd then yes. Yan cannot cry. But me politics in frame. Because a serious matter. And come on fan kakra. Ade me nyi ni so ochene ya omu ko training. Etika neya ya suspend the minister as a presidency and suspend the recruitment in Accra. Ghana bebo. Ghana enkoso. Etiki ya to ya boase. Ebi ene nipa 500 emra. Na nia mo ye mpo asema mbisa nse edwuma titru be na between with these numbers with this time. Na enyanka enye shoddy job. Oma he edwuma papa ben yi motimo omzo ye den. Na e den omzo ye no.
So omo ye list.
The screening
as before.
Sa nipa bebrebe ye no an kometimi aye serious screening bi. Ade omo ye nye. But the can na debia politicians ya genia mama ya hododo.
We dey nye politicians.
Nye politicians am today ntimi ada na politics. Me grab nim nye ntia no pe mo frɛ ye wura honorable hwɛ defense ministry. Eye ministry a. Eye key watch it. In PMP obi serve as a defense minister and I'm not too sure say obi kra serve 8 years to set ni honorable niti wo serve we ya. Na so demusronko. Sebe with the greatest respect to him yen kasa keke nye bibia na ka ho asem. There are times I between afeche kra frɛ sebe wonu akuma to force say there be ade we yenye ni say ye bia ni say nye bibia na beba out a defense ministry or true because who could say ya na some so be scrutinize and once one ye A one ye B one ye C sebe oseden say Nebreso or say galamse twa Ghana ha. Me hu so ne no nya agro. You see the problem. Say you advise or Obra Kufuado and my first year and the kosi saying.
The end result
and the kosi saying. And then the issue and because of 2020 a bit the okay. Granted set at some point anything amuja mu say you be enkutu. O ma he wa hu ba bi akui. Na a whole defense minister in fear what hold Ghana na wa kwa homegye mu no. Ode wo ho ebeto to ya
property of Ghana,
property of Ghana, not MPP. And for whom message asamaba. And you ran not done pray. And it was a decision by both parties of say no. Or na majority leader and so saying to you, no your statement, and your side I state near Yura at the Magbana, and so your statement come on. No beer. Obia no be speaker pay and standing orders no a statement no a basa you don't say things say oh my comment I don't say things are controversial and it be generated debate a statement keke e bi mo ene ye ka say ye nim ba bi o mo maame no kra wo asem kese aba enye nne ne ba be say ndc ye ni MPP anye ne ye ye say ya enada ye no asem na aba nti say ne ye sesa ye nsesa ye say ya omni abegu stadium yes e bia na ene numbers ne dozo na o ma hene say na no so o ye no no more stadium e screening. I mean, then yeah. But you see, for me, if you ask me, say the way forward, and here, I personally, and I've always thought, say no. A quite fast to cry and recruitment near enlistment. Who's a recruitment near recruit no? By a kind enlistment and the officers no. So I know more in it here. Me who the same one. It ain't to be not training school. And from ma, so obi besha that top form, say me person be military ni. Tin person me co-training school. Sanya obi or obeko SHS obi obeko university yentimi nya police training school nye nya isa 6 months ade ya politicians di omho ene ye recruitment me chiro forms abeku me officer. That's the truth, that's the reality. Me jidi so bia na obi ntimi nka so okay ye a police training school your training school ankasa e bi kra wo kwa wo pesa your prosecutor enti ano no be je be training 1 year wo pesa wo your investigator je be training say buy form every year your bra ye be form say koto form e school na wo ko ye fawa you go through it not the way I no so that sir rush no because no kwasem ni e adwumasem sabe na ye bra need to ken Senebreso John Mahama afepe na afe na okeka ko se wo ye ni ne ayi anka na look at the number of nkola omo se omo pesoja akọ we mpo no wonim we ni omo qualify on the system o onzo wo cho form na avetil na ma verdict na say you are qualified it the next stage of omo are qualified na asemo esidi senke ya ka so mu ni amra omo an qualify na omo a qualify ni amra ebianke be asem kese asi ye ma abusuafo ya akọ yesre say asem we ma ye ntibio yesre pa
hey asemu asem pa see the partisanship na and na make we a rebel bia ma I so dangerous for us
somebody na minister house me breso BBC and I mean aden we free
there's too much partisan oh sorry
you should be the last your position will hold you here no
come na room zone what
I'm saying come on I how mama 3 minutes
but me ma busuafo yako o man no anti asempa nchepi ana Ghana forces Ukraine helicopter class and no top penifo akese a won boa o man bosumi be mu na esie bosumi sie na bosumi duba akunu 5 months well whatever it is ana mabunu nsuso akohwere won kwa na maya nsuso ene won yare prepare yesre nyame se a doctor fo a won sem no nyame nka won ho ne nurse-fo no mutime mo asa ankoda na omu yenyi won kwa we kwamra be bakra se obi be survive but one hwe kra no akodi dem nti awofo nsunu gugem na MP tumu wasi say ananya tumu hefa wasi say
me wo hodo kai me nka mawa
da bi me pese me hu MP wo can one moso MP no wasi say MP pusiga I say an act ordained by Allah really about time I'm a genius or woman be so can say free parliament MP lawyer
senior
parliament no kasa
and to men can your kind
oh that be nka okay hunu mfunso bia wo ho anyway mama put it on record mini parliament minya parliamentarian me former and I'm former minister of defense enti mini nitu ushu enti make me a comedian yes sir what politics one a politicize today lawyer can say what say recruitment ibaso ne desk so egusu bebre no either on your politician he is you are a politician and because of your political status you know we are directly which you are in there ekwala ekogu wo bebrebe opa me enye head count you breaking it down top politician ben na ne this area no top politician ben to say me ene ono kwamra mami ya calculation be mami Ghana forces for o ma ba bontin a kire ye say dipadodo a o mbetimi afa o mafi
in fact utie minister no per former minister o say
around 4,000.
4,000. Maybe. Enra or can some speaker catch and say speculation. Daniel, former minister. Oh yes,
lawyer. Mami Joe.
Don't do that. Former the defense minister. Lawyer. You should be the last to speak.
Lawyer trouble. Who can say I'm here? Meba. Ejina me catch us. Ejina me catch us. Me come na go me former defense minister.
Kasa bebre defense minister.
Me certain MP. Eti media me wo me.
Be general secretary.
Me be general secretary
of MPP.
Yes. Eti me say would the man can there former minister can.
Defense minister can.
Present a year leadership no. Saying and omo hwehwe ase ko mbefa. Because how many number omupe?
And we don't want to speculate, but we can talk about the number of people are no more outside the TSA around the figure of 21,000.
Woman out of forms.
Yes, of course.
And a woman
and you cannot conclude that woman out of forms because soldier for now you can say some were not supposed to even be there.
Oh, some are not supposed to be there no bar. Now, Christ. Yeah, as soon as I can say, and I grow. Top form, we are ripping the people. And here for now, Kasa, you bought the rule. Say, woman to Abamain. Near Mrapa Abem, both NDC, MPP, CPP, whatever. Ye ba Bemwa, a mob browa for near see a babesha woman. Ye babwa, one year repu off. Omumra Bontime can say, almost started so much top forms. Can't afford to send a top forms in it. And indeed, let me put it on record. And I want to be fair. And yet, this time, me under this government, and as I do, a cost over and over. And I think it's about time. As I say, you know, you're not near tree who flew. You prison for the Ebeba, immigration, the Ebeba, fire service, the Ebeba. Bibi beba police beba you were about 5 more you better so mun top forms the padodo about forms kwamra university kuraka forms ni pe better forms no ni munim pefe say yentimi fa more than 5,000 yenim ni pe begu 21,000 wo me antimi an qualify amano get grad also that's the point. It is only a five times this number. That's a 21,000. Almost 100,000. You are talking about 120,000. And one more cut off forms no matter Jessica and a maton forms in the Amawom. Poor Ghanaians. Oh, here ni waba. A jabama wa makrum redane. Ne ba ne nana ne wo fase abeyire na beji kakra wono ho de akoto forms ama o minor institution state o minor yenhise o minor kase robu o minor the poor folks. It is a 150,000 people to forms na mo 1 cedi mpa na mo wie na mo fa mu 5,000. Check the percentage. No, munya percentage. No, we must tell the truth in our own face.
No, when say we see there's a gap, there's a lap, and your political gap and that lap, politics. No, we have to deal with the people who have been mandated to start in our state. We have to deal with them.
I know maybe. Lawyer, yeah, quiet, you know. So ya di dibi ma amampani fo nyina nsem se ba ya di kose wo mu no yemfa dibi ma wo mu nyina because they were not supposed to micromanage. Ebrebi abanance nsem bi se bisi na se president or na Akufo-Addo near the akose no ne aboni tire so na no no ye say ano no ye say ano anye say no anye say enti se no advocate ana ye nyina ye ka say mpenifo ministers or whatever the same say ba na yentimi say nye wo mu na directly wo mu involved nya sana aka so don't forget about ultimate responsibility. the concept of ultimate responsibility.
But ultimate responsibility does not mean that people who are supposed to also act in that state should be left off the hook. It shouldn't be so.
Those who negligence. And now when him say, Abusiafo where is almost state.
Yes.
As I
yes,
say,
they can.
One more prayer near the end, you know, me say, lawyer, my befi me womre.
Yamu adwumanye.
Would him say lawyer?
They can.
Now him say lawyer. Would him say lawyer for no advert. No advert into him advert.
They can.
What do I say?
Occupiers liability. They can.
That's the point. We can sue Ghana Armed Forces.
Yes.
Government of Ghana. Together.
In fact, they should. For me, they should.
You
see, I know you're buying BSM. And I'm sure President Mahama Crab.
That's all what they are. You see, the lawyer, I was a man, yeah, advert. Into your family,
because the state had a responsibility, so to be okay.
Yeah, what
is a BBC?
What him says, IDSU on Crane. Kumasi, it nearly happened. Yes,
Kumasi said in Parliament.
Kumasi Sports Stadium.
Yes, about
Kola, Kumasi Sports Stadium.
Oh, senior house, oh my, you know, Minister Seba.
Yeah, Bakube, Kumasi, Minister, and I you. Bakwati something. Akwati do have something. I see too. But Bakumasi there. Jamame.
Mate, you.
What you say?
Mate.
Kola collapse. Enti yam pen pomesi. Okay, me ya na me pe. Sa na ma yadi unkomo wi a. Enti yanya day way forward. Who say or prefer way forward.
Yeah.
Which I agree with him. But as I say incorporating wa ade bim. O kai napko.
Yeah.
O kai napko.
Unsuccessful
unsuccessful napko. I agree. The concept itself had a whole implementation and anya successful. Abra ye fi abemu na yenyat me who said NAPCO it was a major challenge, but it was a very beautiful, well crafted initiative. Me be me no mutra say mommy how best that the next new patriotic party government abandon NAPCO idea.
Hey, what's that one?
Abandon NAPCO idea no, but we can make it work
and improve it
and work proper. Where a year I work as a anti school. Ya anti school now we NAPCO structure no. NAPCO structure no you say we absorb all those. You absorb what 2 years and a exit. Yes sir. And he say NAPCO no structure no ho. Now ye a segment for security. And he said, we are interested in security. He said, you be given orientation, and it's any money. More interested in a BIM fan say mining and now EPA sector, that services in it and your broad base but will be our segment. It is a true say a recruitment to say. Is it the case say more security ne one interest in the adina? Can you be mobile to me akwasa system no? You bet me a room through that. More sebase a natural resources forestry commission in Penipa
certain model be amamuso.
Yes, model be a for Penipa EP we no Penipa. Mobile to me go on that tangent. Oh. Na makoko is successful, no more arrangement, no more fitness near the pass here, then you are enrolled on. And by the time President could for the community police by. The idea was Sankolane Beko community police.
Youth employment.
And necra this for Abe Hansen. Momo pension. Community police or mature report, operations, you were not given the opportunity to enter the Ghana Police Service. And the NDC is attempting to do that.
They are attempting because I feel no woman who.
But it's good. Community police was
and non I want to maybe and to send up.
I bet me here for one-on-one a lot of matters because no one a lot of insight to Akwetia. It's genuinely one.
Now him say Akwetia or Diamond Market to Akwetia.
Wow, look at this.
Diamond. Then Thursday, Sabre Chema Muni Kene Oba It is a market, normal market. To be out on the diamond, then opa enko.
Any MP or diamond
media.
Any MP or diamond baby.
There were diamond market to yes, you're from Belgium. Will be on the table. So
what we can do is say Thursday or time. And Kiempeja bedroom and coho. Yempeja Adum
Yanko
FM.
Oh Yanko no pasempa ye be ye ho adwuma. Ye be ye ho adwuma. Na echi akwatiafo
na kodiano so egu. You see the concept.
Egu. And you say audit you.
We need.
So it is sad. So babe crafi na be catch us mommy daddy. Say forms na me kotoy no. O ma frɛ say mbra na me screening. Enti me kona maba. Me ba DBC bia no me bo mama ne. Na out of a sudden me kakra wasi egu me. Oti honom wan ka bia nhyimu. Na funko bi beba. Na ombe ka kire so oba no ya gina to hospital. Na sebi yebehia bra. See ane report no beba o mon kan cho say wu straight yes. Ombe ka kire so oba no ya gina to hospital na yebehia bra. Na obebi sa ho say dien na si ye hefa na me ba no ekọ ya na say okoso okoye health screening for military recruitment and na say hospital mu na okoye nti wonti ase ombe ka kire so oba no wanya problem kakra accident biasi enti bra sisi a abusua oba tan ni yam oba tan ni yam enti bebo anan a obekọ ho obebo anan a obekọ ho na oba no ena busua obi a hoyi later ombe confirm ya chi oba na film. How would you take it to the Pusiga MP no? How would you take it? Pusiga MP no maame no onim de okon kana no ntum ena no pe matise nkofo abahye no Laadi ayi say whoever ayi say ayi maame wanyino minim say old age na how dia you have to control it. Sama me we na parliament obi aba vetting a odi Nyankopon hira no nti odi bibia we taking say Nyankopon. Of course bibia Nyankopon na ye but Africans e would be ho no ma ya na yiku ye ho e natural death. Africans e we by so na no majority of them I can boldly tell you say about 70% to 80% of ye wu bia no e what e artificial e natural. Nyankopon frɛ ya na ye pray ye ho na ya frɛ ye ho because of your recklessness, because of what enema bi ayeye ayinim sa dia ayeye e do how beba endroa yini sha asese ekoso no nipa sha asese obubun kan fa so no na the na leadership no where we dey the leadership omo organize that we no na omo wa hefa ade no sha asese escalating go for ba no mo ba a pressure ni bom no so called military people no mo organize where we dem e betan no ye ya bomo a mo si yan yo social media muhu ye in real life am person mo boye mo trete na last minute police ni bi twa so me se owura mo nyam adwuma ye we mo adwuma ye ni mu ni problem what you say o gina me car na na me so me person me tie na shege kakra but anyway enti maame a o ka say Pusiga MP a o ka say it is ordained by God no. In fact not any question can I can ask him no any question senka de o ka asem no akoye say Justice Paul Bafubonia okotena vet na okoka say atayi no so say nabusuafo obe attack into more 70 years no it was unnecessary at that moment. It was what unnecessary at that moment. Any question can kasa ansem no because yes I know what degree do woman ko for who timu adwen and your secret is your what your weapon. Enti maami Pusiga MP no mon kan kire no asem o kan ni say by now I regret it. And I am one cry say unyam for apology letter by because obi wo because of obi recklessness, because of obi wickedness, because of obi say nhuna se bi odi obi niema bi o ya wanyi ni no untimi nka se Nyankopɔn na o ye man se would buy ade na wiase krom ha ye di bibia hye Nyankopɔn na Nyankopɔn ne si o mfiye ye nyire ye ho na one day o ba beto no soro ho obebisa wo se ade a mo ye ya mo de hye me no ene me bibisa mo musuma ne mo niye ekofa nsɛm ba wi a Musian a Yankopon ye, it is ordained by God and it is one. Muna munimbo fakes and amokeka or parliament. Mammy, pussy MP, lady, will you keep quiet? Will you keep quiet? What I say. So it is sad. Obi a woo a sebi, a bushafo di ya no ko when yas and papa bian cannot sorry case, ordained by God. What do you mean? What do you mean? A wasimu. I will follow how moon son. It is sad. The reason why I ndra parliament yire omo ho ka ho asem pa no when ni mo kai enkwada 16 no mo kohwe ase school for enkwada no mo kohwe ase wuje no ampanfo no biam ye na no anka ho asem to so ma ne bo ma doctor ma ne bo ma utala another 6 no helicopter ko crash ya omo sha se so mo ka wasa Ghana for raise concern say enkwada 16 awu krom ha yenya panyin bia ma na mfa na no antum empanfo enwotwe ko wuye approximately half of them ko wuye no sebi asema ya pa but eni brinti obeni dem masoro na mo ka ho asem na mo kasa bebre that is the reason why I draw you who say Yewra John Mahama Momo was senior BB and he is learning and you may be a Ghana for Becabiano or I already so obey this is a leadership on the end I said see ya no dimika ko ye monabas wayade or near Brujejan fee and the other people are no more involved or more honum no. Yewra to force and akwai say honorable fellows for Suquachino and Muyade pa Muyade. Except say Mammy MP no ne kasa no kind pussy girl, Mammy lady, honorable lady no, and Uncle ye. But above all no, Yewra John Mahama had so copy one. But next time no, we make sure say I didn't more organized say aka police, prisons, what can I say, immigration, customs, and also mobile anything. Yes, them Monsieur be being from film. Where ya obi busuani kamishi mu mekai 2020 me wo school no mo friends me brapa na wu no chale me so pa no kwa no wanyi almost 40 years what I say enti wu ya unu ya busuani film ya wo enti yesre mu ada munjai sa de recklessness no na munjai so mankofo ahwere mu kra no uni ni nkankofo mo bayo uni mo da achi we don't know the future of these young guys omowu emaye omowu ye ni mo future obi beye president so obi beye minister so obi beye chief doctor I mean a lot of them but ye many pano just like that because of ye ni ma ya nyini enti ayana eye me ya mega but ye bending Ghana no dey say each one for himself, God for us all. The moon pie na ye say Yankopon. Na nyaman tuto yen. This our man will be usha kuko. Chawadjo comment section. Bye bye.